Today, we're diving into the incredible maritime journeys of Zheng He, a figure often hailed as the Columbus of China. Born in the early 15th century, Zheng He led some of the most ambitious naval expeditions of his time, long before Columbus sailed to the Americas. These voyages not only showcase the power and technological prowess of the Ming dynasty, but also highlight China's interactions with the distant corners of the world. Join us as we explore the story of Zheng He and his legendary treasure fleets. Zheng He, originally named Ma He, was born in 1371 in Yunnan province, which was then a Mongol-controlled territory. Of Muslim descent, Zheng He was captured by Ming forces during their conquest of Yunnan and was subsequently castrated and sent into servitude as a palace eunuch. Despite this harsh beginning, Zheng He rose through the ranks due to his intelligence, loyalty, and organizational skills. He gained the trust of the Yongle Emperor, who entrusted him with the command of the imperial fleet. In 1405, the Yongle Emperor launched a massive naval project, which included the construction of hundreds of ships, some reportedly as long as 120 meters, far larger than any European ships at the time. These ships were part of the so-called treasure fleets, designed for long-distance voyages. The fleet comprised various types of ships, including treasure ships for carrying goods, troop transports, water tankers, and horse transports. Zheng He's fleet was not only a display of naval power, but also a floating delegation of diplomacy and trade. Zheng He's first voyage in 1405, which included a fleet of 317 ships and 28,000 men, was aimed at asserting Ming dominance throughout the Indian Ocean and expanding China's trade networks. His fleet visited regions around Southeast Asia, South Asia, the Middle East, and the east coast of Africa. Through these expeditions, Zheng He established Chinese influence by showing off the wealth and power of the Ming dynasty, forming diplomatic ties and even intervening in local conflicts. Throughout his voyages, Zheng He engaged in what can be termed as tribute diplomacy, where he received pledges of allegiance from local rulers in exchange for Ming protection and gifts. These interactions helped establish trade routes that facilitated the exchange of luxury goods like porcelain, silk, and spices. The treasure fleets returned to China laden with precious items and exotic treasures, including giraffes and zebras from Africa, which were unknown in China at the time. The voyages of Zheng He had a lasting impact on the regions he visited. They led to increased trade and cultural exchanges between China and the rest of the world. In places like Malacca and Calicut, Chinese communities flourished, fostering a blend of cultures. However, after Zheng He's death in 1433 and with the ascension of a new emperor, the Ming dynasty shifted its policy inward. The great fleets were abandoned, and China entered a period of isolation that would last until the 19th century. Zheng He's voyages remain one of the most awe-inspiring chapters in maritime history. They not only demonstrate China's naval capabilities, but also its openness to the outside world during the Ming dynasty. While Zheng He might not be as widely recognized as Columbus, his journeys were arguably more impactful, covering greater distances and interacting with more diverse cultures long before the Europeans started their age of exploration.